for the universe. I was about to ask a person, and I'm like, let me just ask God, what's going on? What's going on? What's up, everyone? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. Welcome to all the new people. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I posted in my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. I am your spiritual psychoanalyst and teacher and healer and shaman and seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist. I am your North American Sybil, your messenger of God. I am God's first creation of himself in the feminine form. I am the dark goddess Lilith. I posted my community page. Well, I mean, it's just getting weird now. It always gets weird. I'm like, oh, and that's where it is. I came in, and homegirl's like, what's up? And I was like, something weird is happening. She's like, are you alright? I was like, I don't know. It's weird. I have questions. It's like, I'm gonna get a jacket. I'm gonna come back. It's like, you wanna go outside? She's like, yeah. It's like, something's happening. Alright, what's happening? Well, I posted in my community page. Now, I'm gonna pull out some cards. We're doing these cards in order to keep up with me. You would know that we're just taking these cards one at a time. But my answers are in this card. So we're at a 10 of Wands. Whatever that looks like. What's up with these creepy-ass cards? We're gonna pull some fucking tarot to verify. What's my question to the universe? What the fuck is up with this guy? Okay. Why do I care? That's 6 of Cups. We get a lot of cards talking about past people coming in. And then they come in form don't recognize. You're looking for somebody, and you don't realize that other people are coming in. You know what I mean? They're coming back. And so there's this guy. On the bottom of the deck is the moon. That's what I mean. What's hidden going on right now? I noticed it. I'm aware now. Something's going on. It took me a long time to see this. What did I see? I talked about it right before I flipped out about the other guy in the parking lot. Really? I said that the night before I was jamming, and I turned around, and that first guy was sitting right there under the tree right next to me. And I looked past him, and then the other guy in the red truck was sitting there too. They were both staring at me. I was like, what the fuck? Then the next morning, the guy in the red truck, I was doing that thing. Motherfucker. Him and his girl they're right there next to me right now when I was doing my fucking sage burning. Really? True story. I'm not worried about him. That's not what I'm talking about. So I'd recognize that guy. Who's this guy? I don't know, dude. He was just a cute little guy that used to say hi to me all the time. I didn't really pay attention to him at all. I didn't pay attention to this guy at all. He was just, every time, I mean, I should have noticed. I would walk through the fucking building all the time, and he would, like, always smile and wave and say good morning or say something. He would always address me with a happy look, and I didn't pay attention to it. And then one day, I'm sitting there out under the tree, and he's right there, and he tells me in Spanish, I can't remember the words, I'd have to look in the video, or, you know, exactly the words. He's like, confesses his love. He's like, man, I love you. He's like, if I wasn't married, or if I wasn't here, I would marry you. Or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's cute. And he says it the day that he's leaving. Now, here's what's interesting, is like, I know he's moving when he says it, and that gets really cute. Because I start realizing, dude, he was always trying to holler at me, and I never even noticed. But he was so respectful about it. Now he's leaving, and he's like, I gotta tell her before I leave. I gotta tell her my feelings. And I thought it was cute the way he blurted it out. No big deal. Then I saw him packing up, and I saw who he was packing up. And then it got real weird. The girl. Who was the girl? The girl was the girl that Morgan was fighting with all the time. Morgan's like, this bitch fucking slept with my baby daddy. And she was real psychotic in the beginning about it. And at the time, the girl was pregnant. And then the girl had a baby. And Morgan had said all this, and I tried to bring peace to Morgan, and it was true. Morgan's like, she lives here, and all her fucking family lives here, and all this shit. And Morgan was like, you know, she felt very uncomfortable with the situation, and I tried to bring peace to it. So then I see him, and he's packing up this girl and her baby. I'm totally fucking confused. Because even though I wasn't sure what Morgan was saying was true, one day on the elevator, she was on the elevator with me, and the baby was in her arms and looked over at me, and I swear to God, the baby looked just like Morgan's kid. I was like, oh my God. So I know for a fact that all of that is facts. Okay? Now, I had seen him around here on the weekends. I seen him come over. I'd seen him, when I see him, he's carrying the baby and he's just him. I haven't seen her. Really? But I didn't think much of it because of what Morgan said. Their family lives here. I knew that they had got a house. He told me they had gotten a place in Pueblo. And so I kept thinking it was weird that I kept seeing him around. Alright, so the other day, I've got an attitude. I know I do. And I'm sitting there looking at my phone and I have an attitude and he speaks to me. And I totally blow him off. He's like, do you remember me? I was like, yeah. What's up? And I was just cold to him. Right? And then I saw him, so that was the other day, like maybe even yesterday. I don't know. My days roll together. So I do my video earlier, and this is all the time I see him. I always see him outside, so I don't think nothing of it. I do my video, and I come down the elevator, and he's walking by, pushing the stroller with the baby, and it's like deja vu. There he is again, like always, and he smiles all big, and he's all hi. I was like, didn't you used to live here? He's all, you remember? And he reaches out to give me a dap, and I was like, okay. And I'm like, what the fuck? How come he's here again? How did he get back in the building? Like, where did he come from? He lives here again. You have to live here to get in the building. You have to have a card to get in and go through security. You know what I mean? He's not outside the building. He obviously lives here. You can't bring guests in. They have a little place in the front where you can meet with guests. You can't bring them in the building. So he has to live here. And they've been moving in people all weekend. Really? So I'm like, what the fuck? So when I saw him, I was like, oh, and I posted something. And I was like, wait a minute, I haven't seen his girl, dude. Where's the girl? In order to live here, you have to have kids, whatever, but where's the girl? Right? I'm very confused about what's going on. And so anyways, I see him, and I go into my car, and I go do some running around, and then I do a sage burn, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking down, and I've got this fucking cake. I got Morgan's fucking daughter's cake in my fucking car, and I'm just like, fuck. So before I come upstairs, I go to take the cake and go throw it away with anything else that I have in my car. And of course, as soon as I go walking out, he pulls up. He's like, he says in Spanish, and I'm not responsive so quickly. He's like, ¿Por qué no me invitas? He says, why didn't you invite me? Like, I'm about to go do something with the cake, but he doesn't realize I'm taking it to the garbage. And all I say is like an idiot, hi. And then I'm like, I come back from dropping off the cake, and I realize this dude lives in the building. Something's happening, and I'm seeing him all the time. What the fuck is going on, God? And so I walk in, and I got this puzzled look on my face, and Jasmine's like, are you okay? I was like, something weird is happening. Something's weird. So what was I going to ask Jasmine? Jasmine, have you seen this guy? Did he move in with a girl? If he moved in with a girl, I ain't got nothing to worry about, but I haven't seen a girl, and now I'm a little concerned. He knows where I live. He likes me. Where is this guy coming from? I don't need this. Talk about shit from the past. Is it this guy? I don't know. What's the Ten of Wands? I don't know. But that's what I was guided to. I've got my freaking tarot on one side. I've got this. And then I'm kind of scared to go downstairs. Really? Yeah. I mean, he's here and he's seen me. He's made contact. So now he's getting closer. He's trying to get closer. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, bro. What the fuck is going on right now? What the fuck is going on? It's that Shutter Island moment where you look around and like, what the fuck is going on around here? Really? Yeah. Something's going on in my real world and I'm not paying attention. I never pay attention to the real. I'd be so shocked with the real world shit. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I saw that in my cards. I mean, it's just shocking because it's confirmation of some bullshit I saw in my cards. Ten of Wands. Do journeys ever end? Oh, God. This is a sad place to be. I got there last summer. I sat there and I was feeling at a place of peace. And, I sit there with my spirit guides and I asked Kobe. I'm like, it's Kobe and Pac and stuff. And I'm like, when does this end? When does the journey end? When is the dark night of the soul journey? When does the twin flame journey end? When does this end? And they look at each other, and then they look at me, and it's like, it came more from Nipsey. The marathon continues. You can say it in one word, and that's all it was one word. But in that word were the visions and the understanding. Will it ever end? No. Embrace the journey. It's done. It's done when you die. When you're done, we die. And you know when you die, we've got a lot of work to do. Is every day a dark night of the soul? No. They used to start out that way. And that's why when those days would come and it would be over, I'm like, when is it really over? I know this is a great break, but when is it over? And it's just a season, you know what I mean? It's just like that. It's like one of the longest seasons. It's like fucking baseball. Like 9 months out of the year. It's just absolute spiritual boot camp and evolution. We wasted a lot of our years.
My belly hurts.
What's wrong with your belly? Yeah. Get away from me. Ouch. Alright, 10 of Wands. Will the journey ever end? You found the boon you sought, secured it at great pains to yourself, and now you must bring it home. Its weight crushes you, bending your back towards tangled terrain. How easy it would be to simply let it all fall, to be free of it, so you could stride unencumbered towards the horizon. That's the awakening. Is to come back from it. How simply it would be to let it all fall and to be free of it. Can I just forget it all happened and just go back to my life? So you could stride unencumbered towards the horizon. But then, what would it all have been for? And that's it too. If you could take it all away, if it was just a dream, and sometimes you really wish you would wake up and it was just a dream, that this isn't what has become of your life, that you didn't really do this to your life. Nobody did it. I did. People thought I was crazy for doing it in the name of God. I had done so much damage right away that there was nothing I could go back to. I started doing it right away. I started excavating all of my life. And after I lost my house, there was nothing to go back to. I kept trying to, I was pretty much, I guess, at shock at Mr. Plum, so it could have looked like mastery in that case, where I was certain, I had a certainty that I wasn't supposed to do anything, but just breathe and learn until he sent me my next assignment. I was pretty good about it. Something about Mr. Plum's, I'm very good about understanding to stay still. There's something about that land that makes me understand. So then when I went from there, I was, I'm still looking for God in Wisconsin. I'm trying to understand, but I'm still getting caught up in the things of the world and the possibility of securing myself again. And that was what we were kind of looking at right before God told me to get out. It's like, you could get a job here, and they got some low-income housing. It'd be great to have some friends around and the kids. You could stay here until you got yourself figured out. So possibilities of stability started to pop up, and God said, absolutely not. Right? So anytime I was trying to restabilize myself, he had to uproot me right away, because that's not what it was about. It was about being comfortable in the uprooting, letting everything fall out instead of trying to just get back into fresh soil, just letting my roots, breathe, in essence, I guess. I'm looking at the mandrake root as they do that. And, but some days, I just kind of wish I wouldn't have done all this. And I think someone like Kanye understands that. Someone like Daddy Yankee understands that. You know what I mean? Mike Stud doesn't understand that. He went right back to everything that he lost, and he rebuilt it bigger and better than ever. But people like us, we can't go back to what it was. We have to find a new way. There's no going back after you make certain decisions in your life. You could, but then for what? To look shameful? The last thing I ever wanted to do was come back here. And God kept making me come back. After I did it, I just wanted to forget about it. But I needed to come back. I was trying to forget the certain experiences. I never wanted to really, it wasn't Colorado I was running from. It was just memories that were triggered in certain parts of Colorado. Same thing with San Diego. Why don't go back? You know what I mean? It makes my skin crawl to remember all that. Really? Yeah. I think some of you can relate to shit like that. But there is these times, it's like you're so deep in, it's like, will it ever end? You've come too far. You can't turn back. And yes, the journey is still so much further. Hey, where are you going? It's late at night. You're right. It just feels so late. God, it feels like midnight to me already, guys. I swear to God, it feels so late. Anyways, it's just, it's like you start a new job, and you're like 2 months in, and it's like you can't give up now. Or like you started college, or some internship, and you still gotta thug this out, bro. But what would it all have been for? You summon the last of your resolve and continue towards the setting sun. Alright, keywords: grueling experience, being ground down, at the end of your energy and resources. I spoke of that earlier. I was trying to say that about the 9. The 10 is really it. I hear Pac. It's darkest hour before the brightest day. It is. Saturdays are always dark before the sun comes out. Saturn, that planet alone will fuck up your life, bro. There's a lot of planetary movement going on right now. Basically, with all of them retrograde, it's that there's a lot of areas in your life that aren't active, so they're making you reflect in those areas. The lack of activity that's happening in those areas are really making you reflect with unhappiness and uncertainty, because you're so driven based, production based, because you don't see any action in these areas of your life. And that's just because the planets aren't pushing the typical energy on top of you like they normally do. It's causing for you to, you know what I mean? It's kind of like God or your parents. You don't realize how much they mean or how active they are until they're gone for a week. Now all your dishes have stocked up, all your laundry. Nobody's done the cooking. Nobody's done any of this stuff. This stuff that these planets normally do for you is not being done. And you're noticing it now because the planets aren't cleaning up your mess. You're noticing the mess called your life. As they move around, they keep you focused. They change your views, and they make them all positive. And it's like, things are always happening in your love life, in your career, in your family, in this, that, and there, all of that. You got like 5 planets right now that aren't doing shit. There's 5 areas of your life that are really dull and dense. And you've been dealing with it for as long as they've been fucking around. And some of them don't come back until next year. So the longer that they're not there, the longer that you're not getting the typical results that you're used to. And that makes you antsy. Because you can't push yourself to be something without the power outside of you that pushes you to do these things. So probably becoming very upset with yourself, not realizing that it's not actually you, it's just that the energy isn't available for you to do such things. And this is where you have to have a better understanding of what God does and what power He has over you, His blessings in your life, which is something as simplistic as those planets out there. He created them to push down energy towards you, to help you in your life. Something like Jupiter. Jupiter's retrograde. I don't know what that means scientifically, but I know what that means energetically. I know that that's my favorite energy. And to know that it's retrograde means that it's been pulled away. Mercury is retrograde. Mercury helps us communicate properly. It helps us stay on our tasks. It helps us stay on track. When it's pulled away, it's like a substitute teacher that doesn't know the rules, where you can get away with whatever you want. There's certain, Saturn You know what I mean? Saturn keeps our structure, keeps us in our limits. It pushes, you know what I mean? It keeps us in our reality. When it's gone, you know what I mean? We don't really have much structure. We can break all limits, and our realities seem to not be so real anymore. Right? Stuff like that. They all have different planets. You know, Pluto. Pluto went direct. What is Pluto? It's all about the endings of things. It went direct during what season? Scorpio, the death season. So naturally, what happened in the last month? A lot of shit ended for you, didn't it? A lot of shit came crashing down. It just ended. That planet hit you hard, didn't it? It wasn't just you, my friends. It hit all of us. Nobody speaks of their losses. They only want to speak of the greatness. But what I tell you, the great planet of greatness has just left on 11/11. He blessed us before he left. And that's what it was building up to. You were pretty much building up your energetic year. All right, tell me what you... And that was it. Before the teacher left, it left a syllable of what you were going to be trained on before they get back. And when he gets back, when Jupiter comes back, big mighty Zeus comes back, when he comes back with his lightning and all of that great stuff, his power, he's going to either reward or, you know what I mean? Whatever that case may be. Whatever you've done, and I think that's till March 26th. Again, 5 months. He gave us our assignments to do. It's like independent work. And based on that will be the expansion. So if we did all of our independent work, when he comes back, then he'll give us an expansion in a different area of our life. If not, he's going to blow up the area of our life that we didn't work so hard on. Really? Mm-hmm. So then for all of you that are Mercury retrograding and you're going back to your old ways, once it comes back, it's going to make you aware that you need to get back on schedule. How often do you get off schedule? As many times as that thing hides behind the sun? You might want to work on that. It just draws you back to your old ways. And that's why I was like, this Mercury retrograde, if I did nothing right this whole year, and then you look back at it, it took me how many years to get it right? If I had nothing to show for this whole year, it's this. I didn't retrograde. I finally didn't retrograde. It's just a natural thing that you do. When that planet happens, you just naturally go back to your old behaviors until you finally don't get drawn back to those. You're always, every time that planet does it, it's going to be drawn back to an older part of you. You're always going to be drawn back to a younger version of yourself, where you acted differently about things. It's like the old you comes out. That's all that means. It's not necessarily negative, right? So the whole thing about your exes, you know what I mean? An old love rekindles during that time. Where, you know what I mean? That the healed you that got over it has now disappeared, and now you're in love still. You know what I mean? The part of you that is tired of drinking has gone away, and now you're like, I can drink again. I used to love drinking. I still love hanging out with you. Why don't we hang out anymore? It all feels good during Mercury retrograde, and then Mercury comes and it reminds you why you don't hang out anymore. It's like your retrograde partner. Your partner in crime. That's all that means. And it'll happen, how many times? I think it happens like 5 times a fucking year. That's a lot of times that we go hanging out with, you know what I mean? Taking off all of our responsibilities and being an asshole all over again. If you think about it as vacations and not as, you know what I mean? Because really, what bad comes from a Mercury retrograde? You just feel a little shameful for doing old acts. That's all that happens. I mean, does anybody really do devastating, you know what I mean, work during a Mercury retrograde? They can't even communicate properly. I don't think they could. I don't think it is. I think it's just a reflection moment. It's like, you know, you're 13 again. Like, damn it! How do I get back to my grown self again? You're gonna have to Just be young and dumb for a little while. How long does this last? It only lasts for a couple weeks. Really? Yeah. But it happens a lot. It's almost like a vacation where they're like, all right, school's out, everybody go on recess. How long is this recess? It's Groundhog Day for a couple days. You're going to be acting stupid for a recess. Really? Yeah. And that's really what they do. They breathe. They let their shadows out, bro. It's not a terrible thing. I mean, it could be if you're really damaging, like, fuck. As I said that, I was like, fuck. Is that what happened to DMX? He got the wrong Mercury retrograde and got too high and lost his life? He liked to get high. He liked to get high. Guys, I don't know why addicts don't want to admit that, bro. I don't know why they don't want to admit that they liked it. So then, you know what I mean? It's like, why is it so hard to stop? Because there's a part of you that still likes doing it, that still wants to do it, despite the rest of you that can't stand it. And that's your shadow. You're denying that there's a part of you that even liked it. And instead of just talking to that part and understanding it, it wants to show you how much we liked it. Let's do it again. I'll show you. It's great. Don't show me. Just tell me all about it. And I'll tell you how I remember it. Realistically, yeah. Just kind of telling you. What's weighing you down? The planetary system right now. There's a lot of them. I think there's like 5 of them. But then that's what happens. I remembered it last year. Here they come in they call it a planetary parade, where here they all come back and you get blasted. Boom, boom, boom. It's like you're standing there and they're just like, you know what I mean, lasering you with bright colors of light, and you're just like, boom, boom. Like, was it a parade of lights? Like, what just happened to me? And then they're like, throw in a fucking solar fucking eclipse. Boom! You're a brand new person. Really? I've got the videos to prove it. None of this has to do with the guy in my building. Just want to point that out. Why is the guy in my building? I just want direction. Am I supposed to run from this guy, or is I supposed to, like, talk to this guy? That's all I'm trying to figure out, because the guy is definitely trying to talk to me, dude. For real. He always was. I just wasn't paying attention. He's been doing it for a couple days now, and I wasn't paying attention. I saw it today. I saw it bright. Yeah, he's out there. He's out there. He knows where I be, bro. They know where I sit under the fucking tree. That's why the red truck's right there. You bastard, you did this on purpose. Then your girl parked right next to it. Now you're fucked. Was that both of you right there while I was sage birding 15 minutes ago? Yep, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I almost stuck my finger in your butt because you were playing around. No, I was just thinking, my spirit was like, never mind. Would I really do that? No, it's just, that's my spirits. They're talking shit. So this motherfucker, because he was bending over in front of his girl's car. She was having some issue with her car. And when I was bent over, my spirit was like, stick your finger in his butt. I just laughed. He wants to stick his finger in my butt. What are we talking about? Oh. The Empress. What have I called into my life? Yeah, what are you doing down there, Nana? Sounds like a good itch. I'm not getting out the big book. I'm trying to be Mother Mary. That's not going to happen. Every time I say it, they laugh at me. I can't be Mother Mary. Every time I do it, they laugh at me. They don't expect that of me. They want me to be the carnal, you know what I mean, sexual fucking being that God made me be. Mother Mary was denied that. She didn't have it. That's like Mr. Plum. I'm not saying he doesn't get aroused, but he doesn't have a sexual. That's it. I didn't. I had no sexual arousal whatsoever. I was a whole priestess, a nun. All right, let's talk about it in the book that I got it in. It's an itty bitty book, and it's really pretty. You'll like these cards because they show all of the cultures. The Empress, create, receptive, compassion, the cosmic mother. This is a beautiful, receptive energy, a feminine aspect of the Creator. That's what it is, to be God's goddess. But I tell you, I'm the dark goddess. I am the dark side of God. What is the dark lord of God? There was lots more of them than there was of me, I think. And the essence of time and books. Alright, anyways, the source of pure, unconditional, nurturing love. You are being asked to tend to yourself and others with gentle heart and hold sacred space. This powerful energy protects, heals, and forgives. I forgive you. She'll never forgive me. I don't like that. That's rude. That's disrespectful to who I am. People that think that about me, that's rude. That's like saying I do spell work on you. I find that disrespectful. I'm the embodiment of forgiveness. That's what I do all day over here, is to embody forgiveness. So to say that I wouldn't forgive you it's disrespectful, bro. That's not true. That's not true. That's not me. That's other people. I might still have an attitude. I might have some words about it, and I'm allowed. Why am I not allowed to tell you how you made me feel? You don't want to hear it? You don't want to take accountability to my feelings. That maybe what you said or did made me upset or hurt. Regardless if it's me or someone else, that just shows your lack of fucking emotional fucking and mental maturity. We all have mistakes. I gotta come up and be like, hey, I was an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I called you gay. How many times do I have to fucking apologize for this? Jesus says I'm forgiven. Why won't you forgive me? Because you don't fucking believe in Jesus, you Islamic... Never mind. See what I mean? I forgive you. Why can't you forgive me? I blocked Bobby again. And she's like, can you do that again? And I came back. I was like, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm ever going to stop. He sends me this meme. It's been 84 years. I know. It's actually been much longer than that I've been repeating these patterns. At least I'm getting a handle on it. Look at you. Your stupid patterns. Fucking pattern. You're walking retrograde. Anyways, I forgive. I have to. No matter what's done, that's what Jesus teaches us, and that's the real difficult part. Unconditional love. I struggle with that. I have my conditions that I don't love. That's what's making my life hard. It's what's happening right now with me and Wolfman. They're trying to get me to love him without conditions. And I have already set conditions around this guy, it's a mindset. It's a mindset. Convictions. The way I believe. The way I think. All of this, my very being says no, I cannot give him the type of love that I give Marshall or Bobby or Russ or anyone. Why? It's just because of the character that he's built himself in my mind. I'm trying to work on that. It is an hour. Give me another hour.
No.
Okay, I'm almost done. I'm going to finish on one more card. I promise.
So an extra hour.
No. That's the problem, is the unconditional love, is we have our conditions to who we will give our energy, our love, our time, our money to. I'm working on that with this particular person. And that's just how it works. I got to the point where there wasn't conditions where I couldn't just love you the way that I wanted to love you. And I had to work with all them. Now I've got my next devil. My next level is my next devil. This fucking guy. You want me to love this guy unconditionally, fully? I'm having a hard time with this. And it is. And that's why I said, what's standing in my way? My little bit of pride. What's left of my pride can't do this. I'm too prideful to love this guy, to give him that same affection, that same connection, that same openness that I gave to them. As I say this, I look at Marshall. Hey, go fuck yourself. Try doing it more than once. Try doing it over and over and over and over again. Like Taylor Swift, and never stopping. Just trying to love. How to love. Shut up, Lil Wayne. I don't think you're in love. Stupid ass. That's what it is. We have our conditions. If you don't meet our expectations or our, our terms and agreements, then we can't love you. And that's what happened. God said I could be all loving until I get to someone like this, and then I'm not lovable. What's wrong with them? Why can't you show them your love? Well, and that's where we're working, and it's a lot of work. It's nothing to do with you, really. Yeah, your very existence. I don't like people like you. let alone give love to people like you. He wants me to get past the things I don't like and love you, regardless of what I don't like about you. This is going to take some time. It's not easy to be the Empress. It's not easy to be reprogrammed. It's not easy to have the eyes of Christ, to have that heart, that sacred heart. To be so forgiving, to no matter what they do, forgive them, for they know not what they're doing. Pretty much. I'd be swearing you guys are some fucking masterminds, but you're just masturbators. Lord readers. Shut up. I'm making jokes. You're being asked to tend to yourself and others with a gentle heart and hold a sacred space. I have no animosity or anger towards Bobby. I'm not bitter. All this work was only to lose you. Not to win you, but to lose you. That's what it was all about. Am I... You know, that's like Russ. Am I mad at Russ because Russ couldn't be my man? Shut up. He irritates me and I still look at him like, ugh. God, if I had to be in a relationship with you. But if God put me in a relationship with him, I'd have to work my hardest. If God said, love this man the way I've made you to love, oh God, it's Russ. Doesn't matter. I said love him. Do you not understand that? It has nothing to do with you. It's me doing right. Finally getting it right. I didn't do it. This is just me. I didn't do it for Adam. I'm trying. Love Bobby. He's married. No, love him. He's married. Love him. No, he's married. Russ. Marshall. Lewis. Allie. Now Wolfman. Women don't love men like this. You can't love men like this. They're not lovable. No good from loving a man like this. No woman has ever won by loving these type of men. Oh, I'm going to send in my most important employee. This is karma like a motherfucker, bro. I just want to say. So, you know, would I be here today if I would have just loved that man? None of us would be here today. Welcome to this fucking game show. Moving on. It's just hard. And that's people. See, it's not a man, but you love thy neighbor. I fucking hate that bitch, dude. She's a fucking total crackhead whore. Can't stand that cunt. She's always up in my business and shit. Be nice to her. Fuck her. Why don't you just hit her with a bus? I can't stand that bitch. Be nice to her. Fuck her. That's the kind of conversations I have with God all day. Fuck them. And then Christ. He's got to sit there all day. Mr. Rogers. Buddha. Trying to make me a loving being. Hey, bro. I ain't them. I'm becoming like them. And I teach you how hard it is and why it's so important. And we do it for good reasons. Not so to be liked. I don't care if you fucking like me. Peace be with you. God bless you, bitch. Just fucking being nice. That goes back to that video right now. I shared that video. That motherfucker is going viral, and that's where all you guys are coming from. I looked up, it had like 17,000 fucking views. And that fucking aggressive kindness. That's what you're getting over here. I'm gonna hug the shit out of you till you can't breathe, motherfucker. God said, love you. Fuck. 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 Alright, come here. And that's what I've always said since the beginning. I was like, this is like the Step Brothers. You ever seen those two try to hug at the end? It's just unnatural. I don't know how to do this. I don't like touch. Don't get close. I might punch you. Yeah, it feels weird. Just kidding. What are you birthing or shedding right now? I don't know. What's the moon looking like? I'm shedding skin. I'm not birthing anything. It was a stillborn. Hey, I just want to point that out. This girl told me, she's like, dude, I'm having the worst menstrual cycle of my life. I was like, really? Mine was pretty good. I'm sorry. I had a really good one. I waited through fucking stars and stripes. My daughter's going into the dark night of the cycle. I hope it's not gonna, you know, God be with you. I'll pray for you. See you next month. So no, I'm not birthing shit. I mean, I'm ready to birth a child, I guess, in the next month or so. Let me breathe. I made it through another month without birthing. What did I birth? A new job. They're trying to birth a new relationship, but I mean, they're gonna have to cut this one out of me. It's not you, bro. There's really nothing wrong with you, and it makes you feel like there is. I mean, yeah, there's a whole lot wrong with you, but women love you guys, and that's where it comes over. It's like, you thought you were all fucking, you were God's gift to women until you met me, and now you're really questioning your entire identity. Because they're not real women, bro. They're just not real women. Because there are women like me. Big, bold goddesses like me that don't expect, but they might. They deserve a certain level of honor. And that's where some men do too. You know what I mean? Like, I looked at Marshall that way. Like, I had to step my game a little bit. How do I go from marrying a person like Russ to marrying a person like Marshall? How do we jump those scales? They're both Libras. How do I get on the other side of this scale?
I like my Capricorn.
What is it? Minecraft?
Capricorn, that's my boyfriend's sign.
Capricorn?
He's January 4th.
Really? My brother's a Capricorn, but he's a terrible example of a human being, so I don't really use him as reference. Now, Lewis is a Capricorn, and he's very mighty. What's wrong with your boyfriend? What are the aspects you don't like about the Capricorn?
I like all of my boyfriends.
I like all of my boyfriend. If I didn't like him, he wouldn't be my boyfriend. Well, I hope you guys have a happily ever after for the rest of your life, and that he's the best boyfriend for you. You don't end up like me. Alright, going back to it. And that's where they get mad in their ego. They're like, fuck you, bitch. I'm great. Nobody needs your fucking homeless ass anyways. These bitches love me. I guess they really do. They'll do anything for you. And they get mad because I won't treat them like other bitches treat them. And they're mad because I won't let them treat me like they treat other bitches. Okay. Well, just be mad, I suppose.
People are saying that the reason Trump ran against Hillary Clinton is because he was the side hoe.
My daughter said that something happened on the internet about
Epstein files, and he was... and Putin has the pictures of him blowing...
So he's all over the internet. They're like... talking all kinds of crap about your president. Reverse possibility. Disconnected from the feminine. Emotionally detached. Neglected or neglecting. You need to be able to be in your goddess and your god energy. And that's what this is talking about. It's talking about, if you're not connected to your Empress, which is the highest level of your feelings, it just means that you're disconnected from the feminine, which is, it could be from, actual feminine energy. And even us women, we disconnect from women energy too. You know what I mean? That was one of the hardest things for me. I'm always connected with masculine energy. Not through my femininity, but through my masculinity. Guys, that's why most of my channel is all men. Not because I'm over here, I share a couple pictures here and there, and I talk some dirty talk, but it's the mentality. Real recognizes real. They recognize themselves in me, and I recognize myself, which is God. The masculine inside of me, the God inside of me recognizes the God inside of you. Now, what the awakening was realizing the goddess inside of me, and that dark goddess I recognize inside of you. My dark feelings, I'm seeing how you men are wearing them. I don't have many women to look upon, but we do. God will show us some of these bitches acting like so crazy. Nicki Minaj. Oh, there's a Sagittarius. Oh, is that Britney Spears? There's a Sagittarius. Is that Miley Cyrus? Oh, there's another Sagittarius. It's kind of dangerous. Sagittariuses can be some very dark feminine energies.
Like Billie Eilish's one.
Amen. She's the bad guy.
Call her a devil worshiper.
Is Doja Cat a fucking... tell me what Doja Cat's zodiac sign is.
I don't know.
Cardi B be acting like a badass bitch too. She'd be acting all loud.
I think Cardi is one.
I don't think she is.
One too.
Nikki is for sure. I think her birthday is like my grandma's birthday or something. Or Danon's birthday or something. Anyways, and that's what it means, is you've lost touch of your heart. You've become heartless. Really, is what that means. Alright, that's our current energy. What does this have to do with the dude downstairs? God is here to teach me something. It's the Elder card. It's the Hierophant. I'm not getting married. He said he wanted to. He said, I don't remember what he said. Something like, when I leave her, I'm going to marry you. I thought it was a joke, you know. But it was weird because after he left, I started remembering all the times I seen him. Dude, merely you'll see it. It's like the most happy smile you'll ever see. It's almost something you're worth. Because that's what I give off. I go down and I just look over and there he is smiling. Like, okay, hi. Like, you can't not say hi to somebody that's smiling that big. How old is he? I don't know. That's what freaks me out. He's definitely young, bro. Like what? Like 21? Or just very tiny built?
Why do you like younger men?
I don't. Why do like young guys like me? That's the question.
Wants an older one.
Okay then. Okay then. I don't look young. Anyways, let's go to the Hierophant. Scary. Scary. Tradition, ceremony, awakening. The teacher card refers to a sacred within the spiritual lineage. Tradition or teaching. Is it time to step up and begin to share your wisdom and gifts with others? I do that all the time. I taught you earlier about necromancy and spirit work, and I'm full of fucking crazy gifts, and I was crying about it. I don't want to be a freak. I didn't mean to. I didn't study this shit, bro. And right away, they thought I was fucking crazy when I started working with spirits. I'm like, the least thing I can do is tarot. Obviously, I have to keep looking at guidebooks. What does this card mean? I'm spiritual, bro. I'm not physical. Anyways, how did this happen? That's where I'm like, damn, why can't I just go back to being fucking crazy with jobs and clothes and money and cars and boys and alcohol? I could do whatever I want when I was back then. I was free to be free. Not really. To do whatever I want, just not be happy. Alternatively, it can be a time to seek out a spiritual healer or teacher. That could be me. The teacher invites you to connect with a supportive spiritual community or partake in a sacred ceremony. What do we got? The new moon. I think that's coming up. After that, what? I don't know. Full moon? My birthday, that really doesn't matter. I don't know. We do all these stupid ceremonies as they come. This card may refer to a spiritual awakening. Well, that's probably what brought you here. That's what happens. You guys are going through awakening and something caught your eye and it brought you over to the Dark Goddess to help you walk you through the awakening. I'm hidden, bro. They brought you here to me. Who am I? I'm just a chick that lives in... I'm a girl that lives on an island. It's Moana. I'm going to listen to those songs and cry. They make me cry. Really? Yeah, they're very powerful songs. Not like the shit that's on the radio right now. Mumble rappers and shit. I live in Colorado. And I was a great many things, and then I woke up, and now I'm literally an awoken soul. I believe myself to be the only one. There are other people that have tapped into their past lives, but they're not fully awoken. They're still living in the in-between. They're still maintaining lives of this world. They live in the conscious 3D matrix. I left it long ago. My body lives here. Consciously, I have to sink down to the level of the beings that live here. So it's kind of like, you know, what's the name of that squirrel that lives at the bottom of the sea with SpongeBob? Sandy. I have to put on my little space helmet to walk around with you guys and, you know, turn off your thoughts, my little Magneto helmet. But I'm sure grateful to take my bra off at the end of the night and just be a freak. That's why I have to find weird jobs where I'm not around people. And I realize that Target doesn't open till 8, so that is 4 whole hours. I'll only have to work 4 hours around human beings. Realistically, how many human beings are moving around? You know what I mean? I don't know. Them bitches be out there. Be wanting to shop till they drop. But realistically, stuff like that, yeah. Your spiritual awakening, it sucks. I talked about it. You can't turn it back. Alright, the reverse possibility, if you're not awakening, you're clinging to what no longer serves you. You challenging the establishment, which could just be God and the way things are. And beware of false gurus. I did a whole teaching on that in my earliest video. I know my job is done because I told you to leave that's no longer serving you. False gurus are easy identifiable people. They praise the spiritual world, but they live in the physical. They use the spiritual world to make their physical world look beautiful. They sell you the image of God to make their image better. Really? They build super churches. They build kingdoms in the name of God. They sell you religion. They sell you something so that they can buy from you. A true spiritualist is here to give enlightenment for free. Why? Because they truly know that it's not something they possess. A fake spiritualist will try to make you believe they have some kind of certain powers. And they're going to charge you for them. And they're going to sell you on the idea that if you have these powers, you will be rich, famous, in love. Your family will be taken care of. They promise you the things of God.
And that's all just my way.
They promise you the things of God if you do their ways. I remind you of the promises of God, and I show you you got to do it His way. And that the ways of man will not work. You can't buy your way into heaven. Tony Robbins has the ability, God gave him the ability to inspire people to greatness. It comes with a huge cost. How much does it cost to buy a ticket to one of his little shows? Is he powerful in his own means, or just his ability to empower you has made him made him a millionaire? That's what I mean. He's a false guru. He can inspire other people, but is his own life inspiring? So, tarot readers will be they can tell you the truth of what's going on because the cards do. The cards tell us what's in the energy, and you're just part of it. So right away, you believe them to have power. There's no power in the cards, and that's why you can look through all my videos. I have taught Intro to Tarot. There's a lot of them that just have a thumbnail that says Tarot. I've worked them. I've been teaching you Tarot, and even me, I'm not a master at it. I teach you the journey to spirituality through Tarot, the way it was supposed to be created. Other people use Tarot to peek into people's lives. They know that this energy is here, and they can apply this energy to your current situation, and now you believe they're a psychic. All I can ask is this. What's our current energy? Because this is how I do it. What is our spiritual work in hand? Right? So our current energy is we're in our feminine flow. We're being receptive, and during this time, it's going to bring an awakening. What's the outcome, God? High Priestess. Those are literally the best cards as far as I go. What's the High Priestess? The initiation into the other realms. Why else would you do this? And that's how it happens, is through your heart. Opening up your heart allows you to enter into the spiritual realm. I'm going to finish this last card. And it's just common knowledge. If you open up your heart and open yourself up to the spiritual awakening, then you shall be awoken. And you shall have the gifts. And that's what happened to me. The High Priestess, mysteries, intuition, and sacred wisdom. The High Priestess may refer to a mystical experience. You opened your heart. You went up past your mind and you opened your heart up to an experience. That's the spiritual awakening. So here comes this experience. She has an innate connection to the unseen world and to the cosmic mind. And that's what the teacher is. He's your access to what? So you have a spirit guide that comes. Your heart starts to open up. Your spirit guides come and take you into what? The mystical experience, the connection into the unseen worlds. You are deeply aligned with divine wisdom with a capacity for the erotesic. Continue to work with your third eye. And that's in meditation, your visions that you're being given. You have to listen. It's about being receptive. Not talking, but listening. Meditate and open yourself to receive downloads of the mysteries of the universe. What is a download? They come in different ways, and they're basically just visions, interrupted visions. Your intuitive and psychic abilities are continuing to expand. It all happens from the heart's awakening. It all happens from the divine feminine. The sacred feminine is what it is. And as you see that's Metatron's cube right there, you guys. And that's how this is. The more you open your heart, the closer you get to God. You have to fight your mind to do what your heart says, and that's it, those conditions of your mind. No, I can't love this guy. The harder I fought that mind to love him, the closer I got to God. Yeah, I got to love a guy, but the experience to God was more than the guy. There's no guy. Guys are temporary. The journey to God isn't. And that's what's important. I might not never meet Wolfman in the flesh, but taking this journey towards loving him is going to bring me closer to God and actually make me more susceptible to loving not just him, but anyone. Now, men like him don't scare me. It's really what it is. What is it right now? Can you say it's so simplistic? You scare me. A future with you scares me. I'm uncertain. I don't trust you. And as I said in that, it's like your behaviors are synchronicities to things that worried me in the past. I have to put away my fears to give you a chance, to believe you're not them, despite you acting like them. Do you see how judgment comes in and it ruins things? And if you can erase it, it's gone forever. But I could do all this work, and he could be in a happy relationship by the time it's done. But it doesn't mean that I lost. It meant that through him, I was able to get myself closer to a happy relationship myself. That's all. Prejudgment, preconceived notions, pride, fears. I couldn't be with a man like this because of all these reasons. A man like this would not treat me right. A man like this would hurt me. A man like this would cheat on me. A man like this. Those are just fears. Because you exhibit the worst of what I've seen in men. I don't think all the girls that you're sleeping with see you as that. They don't see you the way I see you. I don't think Bobby's wife sees him the way I see him. I don't think anybody sees these men the way I see them. And that's for good or for bad. Last part. Reverse possibility is you have a blocked intuition. You have a lack of self-trust and you're ungrounded. This could be all positive, and that's why I started my cards with all positivity, pretty much. It wasn't very negative. And that's where you should start, but I showed you. And we're at different levels. And that's it. If you're at the 10 of Wands, you're at the end of breaking. Stick it out, because you're about to get your breakthrough. The breakthrough is after the breakdown. You understand that? Cool. Alright, none of this has to do with the guy downstairs, but I'm glad I was able to teach you something. We'll see what's going on. I'll keep you updated. I have to eventually go have a cigarette. I'm just like, fuck. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Do I run from this guy? Huh? Yeah, I gotta go. I love you guys. Laters. Oh, she's going to bed at 10 o'clock. Cool, she's gonna get some good sleep. I'll see you for an early video since she's gonna wake up so early. Haha! Laters, haters. Oops, wrong button. Push the button. My phone is not working. There we go. No, it's not. Hold on, guys. I think my video is going to end up crashing.